This is an easy guide covering everything you need to know to grind the Nebula Camo and Black Ops 6 zombies. We're going to show the best attachments, augments, and class setups to use, the best strats and methods to use in game, including easy training and camping spots. We're going to cover how to unlock the special camos and even methods for the gold, Opal, Afterlife, and Nebula Camo challenges. And if you want to see more straightforward camo guides like this in the future, make sure to unlock the subscribe button. So first, let's start with the augments you should be researching for camo grinding. The most important one is for Deadshot. You want to get dead first. This is going to make it where your first headshot on a zombie is going to do double damage. Then for the minor on Deadshot, I use Dead Break. The elemental pop augments are also pretty important so you can stop it from stealing your headshots. You want to get Vulnerable Bean and you want to get Citrus Focus. Now the augments for the other perks are personal preference and you want to use whatever is going to keep you alive the longest. These are the ones I use. For Jug, I use Reactive Armor and Hardened Plates. For Stamina Up, I use Stalker and Hard Target. For Speed Cola, I use Classic Formula and Quick Swap. For Quick Revive, I use Dying Wish. Then for PhD, I use PhD Slider and Turboologist. Now for the ammo mod, the only one that I use is Napalm Burst, as this is really good for taking out manglers. The augments I use for this are Big Game and Extension. Then for the field upgrade, I just use Frenzy Guard with the Frenzy Fire and Extension augments. This allows you to not have to reload while you're using Frenzy Guard. You can just keep shooting and keep getting headshots. Now when it comes to the attachments to run on your weapon, this isn't super important because for the most part, while you're grinding for camos, you're not going to have your weapons leveled up, so you're not going to have a lot to choose from. But for the optic, I'd recommend putting on whatever you're most comfortable with. If you have the suppressor available, put that on. It's going to give you more salvage. For the barrel, I recommend the CHF barrel or any barrel that gives you extra headshot multiplier. I put on the biggest magazine you currently have available, and then I'd also put on this laser sight. For the rest of the stuff on your loadout, it doesn't matter too much. Obviously, you want to put on the gun you want to get camos for. For your field upgrade, you want to put Frenzy Guard. Tactical, if you have decoys, put them on, but if you don't, not too big of a deal. For lethal, this doesn't matter at all. If you want to run Gobblegums, which you don't have to get camos, but these ones are going to help out a little bit. Killjoy is going to get you an insta-kill, which can help as you get to higher rounds. Stock option is going to make it so you don't have to reload. Arsenal Accelerator is going to get you your field upgrade back quicker. The Free Fire Gobblegum's also super helpful. However, it's an epic Gobblegum, so you're not going to get that many of them. And I recommend saving this one for when you're doing the rocket camo grind. So first, let's go over the Liberty Falls strat. The first thing I do when I load in is turn on the Rampage Inducer. Now, we're not going to keep this on forever, but I am going to keep it on until the first Vermin round. That's because these first 5 to 6 rounds of zombies, the zombies spawn in so slow and you waste a lot of time just waiting for them to spawn in. However, if you're grinding something like a sniper rifle, a rocket launcher, a knife, or anything like that, you might just want to keep the Rampage Inducer off the entire time. No sense in putting it on the first 5 rounds because your rocket launcher is not going to be able to handle it. But for pretty much any AR SMG, you should be good to use the Rampage Inducer for at least the first 5 to 6 rounds. Round 6, go ahead, turn off the Rampage Inducer. Now, if you're comfortable with leaving the Rampage Inducer on for even longer, you can do that. But for me, I usually turn it off once we get the first spider round. Also, this isn't really a camo grinding tip, but it's something I do every round on Liberty Falls is I punch the vending machine, and sometimes you can get free perks and other stuff, and it does help out. But that's not just good for camo grinding. I recommend doing that pretty much every game you play on this map. So now that we've got about 15k, it's time to open the map and get Pack-a-Punch. However, while doing this, I don't leave a zombie left because it just wastes time. Anytime you're saving a zombie is a time you're not getting headshots. We're going to open up this way. We're also going to pick up the water valve because we might use that a little bit later. One of the most important things for camo grinding on Liberty Falls is to do this Easter egg, and it is a little bit hard for some people. We're going to buy this sniper rifle off the wall, and then we're going to head to the graveyard. Walk up both sets of stairs, or all 3 sets of stairs, clear out the horde, get the nuke. Now we're going to take this sniper rifle and look out this barricade right over here across from the armor, and we're going to shoot down all of these cans. You can't miss a lot of shots, and you are timed. So if you need to throw a decoy or something to help you out, go ahead and do that. Focus up our weapon, and boom. Once you've shot down all the cans, you're going to get Deadshot Daiquiri for free. This little side Easter egg is the only way for you to get Deadshot Daiquiri guaranteed before round 25. You are able to get it from trials, you're able to get it from the vending machine, but that's all RNG. Every single time you do this Easter egg, you're going to get Deadshot Daiquiri. And when it comes to getting 2,000 headshots, Deadshot Daiquiri is a must. So now that we've got Deadshot, we're also going to buy Speed Cola. Open the door, we're going to get Jug as well. Now, a key part of camo grinding is trying to get as many kills and headshots on lower rounds as you can, because as you get to higher rounds, it gets harder and harder to kill the zombies. So whenever a trial machine spawns in, I'll go ahead and pay some points. I'm not necessarily going to do the trial, but this trial makes a lot of zombies spawn in. Even on spider rounds, it makes zombies spawn in. And if you want to do the trial, you can. However, be warned, if you complete the trial, it's going to stop zombies from spawning. So if we don't do this trial, we've got 1 minute and 15 seconds of extra zombie spawns. And that's on top of the zombies that are already normally spawning. Oh yeah. all the extra spawns. When you're using these trial machines for extra spawns, you actually don't need to stay in the location. Once you activate this is going to make more spawns, and even if you go to a different area, those spawns are going to continue over there as well. So for the most part, if it's under round 30 and you're walking by a trial machine, I recommend just spending the points and activating it. Getting the extra kills are super worth it, and you don't have to stay nearby. Once you get to round 10 or higher, you can head back to the church, and you want to throw a concussion or a nade up here on that little thing up here. Once it explodes, it's going to make it rain zombies. The raining zombies are going to drop salvage and a bunch of other useful stuff. But what we're really looking for is this blue tool right here. If you do this Easter egg before round 10, you're going to get a green tool. However, if you wait till round 10 or higher and you do it, you're going to get a blue tool, instantly upgrading your weapon. And this allows you to save the salvage you've earned for more upgrades. While we're here, we're also going to put napalm burst on our weapon. Technically, cryo freeze is better for headshots. However, when it comes to the amount of manglers that start spawning past round 11, I prefer napalm burst because it's going to help you take down the manglers much faster. Go ahead, buy more of our perks. Also, probably should upgrade our armor. Got another trial machine, so we'll go ahead and use this. If you're on controller, getting headshots with Deadshot is much easier. You can just spam ADS and it's going to auto lock onto the zombie's head. That being said, Deadshot's still very helpful if you're on mouse and keyboard because it's going to allow you to do extra damage when you shoot zombies in the head. And if you got the right augments, it's going to allow you to do double damage for your first shot. But if you're on controller, not only does it do all that, it also pretty much makes every single kill you get a headshot just by spamming ADS. I shouldn't need to say this, but as you get more points and stuff, upgrade and pack your weapon more. Now, here's the different spots I recommend training / camping for headshots on Liberty Falls. The first one is inside the bowling alley. And this one comes with a bonus effect. If you punch this and use that water valve we got earlier and start this Easter egg step, this is going to make more spawns in the area. The reason the bowling alley is so good is it's a nice open flat area, so the zombies' heads are always going to be at the same level, and you can just train, backpedal, and keep shooting. Now, if training's not your style and you're looking for more of a camping spot, you can come outside of the bowling alley up here by PhD. However, for this spot, you cannot open this door. This door has to stay closed, and you can stay here, and the zombies are going to funnel up, and you can just sit here, spam, get headshots. They do come over the railing, so you want to stay a little bit farther back, but they're not going to come from behind you at all. This spot is really good for lower rounds, but as you get to higher and higher rounds, there's going to be just so many specials and elites. Now, if you do get overran, you can just jump over the ledge. It's pretty safe. Then we can just train back around and we can go back into the spot. So even though your back's against a corner, it's not that unsafe because if you do get overran, you just jump, you mantle over. Now, unfortunately, there isn't an ammo crate up here, but when you do run out of ammo, it's not that big of a deal. You're going to run down by the bus. You're going to buy ammo and then come right back up. Now, you probably already know this, but once it hits round 25, the Wunderfizz machine is going to spawn in. So we can quickly head here, go ahead, and now we'll be able to get Elemental Pop and any other perks we haven't gotten in the machine and bought yet. Now, depending on what weapon you're using, this camping strat is really only going to be viable to close to round 30. Past here, there's a different type of training strat I like to use. And once again, this spot involves the bowling alley. For some reason, all three spots I like to use on Liberty Falls involve the bowling alley in some way, shape, or form. This time, we're going to train on the outside. I see a lot of people train in Spawn. However, Spawn has a lot of stuff you can jump over, and there's a lot of cars, and it just makes it harder to get the zombies in a nice, easy headshot train. At least in my opinion, this train builds up the zombies in a nice, easy to headshot horde. And even though it's round 31, we're still flying through headshots. A very, very simple train to run. You just run around the bus, run back down, and the good part about this area is you got an ammo box right here, and if you need to buy armor, there's an armor buy right there. Now, as you get closer to round 40, the zombies become harder and harder to kill. This is because each round you go by, the zombies get more health, and depending on what weapon you're using, you might want to already go ahead and end the game and start a new one. If you're using an AR or an SMG, even though it's round 36, I'm going to keep going until I finish getting the gun gold. In this game, we've managed to get 1,874 crit kills. So if we didn't already have this gold, we'd only be about 100-ish headshots off from getting the 2,000 headshots. For the most part, you'll know when it's time to end the game. When you're not getting a bunch of kills rapidly and you're just shooting into the horde and you're not getting kills, that's when it's time to end. But at least for me in this AR right now, even though it's round 37, you can see we're still getting critical kills at a pretty quick rate. And if we restart the game, obviously round 1 through 10, we're not going to be getting crit kills this quickly. Now, the next thing we have to do are the 2 special camo challenges. These are different for every single gun. If you were smart, you would have wrote them down ahead of time before loading into game. However, if you're like me, this is the point where we go ahead and save and quit. Now that we're back at the main menu, we're going to check our loadout, go to Gunsmith Camos, and read off the special requirements. augments. So for the XM4, we would have had to get 300 eliminations with Napalm Burst equipped, super easy, and we would have had to get 30 vermin kills with the XM4. These two special camo challenges for most weapons are super simple. There's one for getting 300 kills with Pack-a-Punch, just Pack-a-Punch your weapon. You'll have ones for getting 300 kills with an ammo mod equipped. Put on that ammo mod, get 300 kills. You'll have ones that are a little bit annoying that are get 30 vermin kills or 30 parasite kills. If it's the one that reads off get 30 parasite kills, you are going to have to play Terminus Island because the only map that parasites spawn on are Terminus Island. Some weapons are going to make you get 300 Hipfire kills. For this, just don't ADS. This is really easy if there's an insta kill active. Some weapons are going to make you get 300 point blank kills. This is super simple on earlier rounds. Just walk up to a zombie, shoot them point blank. But even if you are on higher rounds, if you wait till an insta kill and build up a horde, you can just pick up the insta kill, look at their feet, blast at the horde, and all of those are going to be point blank kills. Some weapons require you to get 100 kills on zombies that are affected by your tactical. For this, you want to build up a horde. You want to be picking up concussion grenades, shock charges, smoke grenades, throw these into the horde, kill all the zombies there. Personally, I like to buy shock charges for this, throw it in the horde, and just blast away. Another challenge you might get is getting kills while your weapon's upgraded to rare or higher. Just make sure your weapon's blue tier or higher, and those are going to count. Sometimes you're going to have to get, 20 kills without reloading. Overall, the two special camos for pretty much every weapon in the entire game are super simple and a lot quicker than getting the 2000 headshots. The 2000 headshots is going to take you about 35 rounds, whereas the two special camos, you're probably going to be able to finish in a single round. Now, once you've completed the 9 military camos and the 2 special camos for a weapon, you can start working on the gold camo challenge. And for the majority of weapons, this is just getting 10 rapid kills 15 times. If you're doing this on lower rounds, it's super simple. Get a horde of 10 plus zombies, mow them down till you see a massacre medal, and boom, there you go. That's 1 progress out of 15. Rinse and repeat 15 times. However, if we load back into the game we just made a save for, we're now on round 39, getting real close to round 40, and this is about when most weapons start being pretty useless. But it's still definitely going to be possible, and it's going to be quicker than us starting a fresh game, because when you start a fresh game, you really can't get any massacre medals for the first 3 or 4 rounds because there's not 10 zombies. Before this, we're going to get a horde of zombies, we're going to set up, and we're going to go. And like I said, we're going to wait for that massacre medal. That means you got 10 rapid kills. There's a slaughter, that's 5. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And massacre. So that would be 1 out of 15 right there. So even as you get into the round 40s, it's still going to be possible. Or we could do this and make it super simple. You could wait for an insta kill to spawn in, or we could cheese it a little bit, use a gobble gum here. And this right here would allow us to get most of our massacres done in 1 call-in of an insta kill. There's another one. Just rinse and repeat this 15 different times and you'll unlock the gold camo. So now that we've unlocked the gold camo for a weapon, we have to do this for every single weapon in that entire category. So for us to move on past this point, we would have to get gold on every single AR in the entire game. To do this, we would just repeat all of the steps we just did for the XM4 for all the other ARs in the game. Once we do that, we're going to unlock the Opal camo challenges for the ARs. This is to get 30 special kills. Right now, the only special in the entire game is Manglers. So if we want to get the Opal camo on an AR, we're going to have to take that AR in game and get 30 Mangler kills. So to get all 7 ARs in the game Opal, you're going to have to kill 210 Manglers. And that's just for the ARs. You're going to have to repeat that for every other weapon class in the entire game. So we're going to need a good way to farm Manglers. And if you've been to Highrounds on either map, you know the best way to farm Manglers. Once you get into round 30 to 40, Manglers spawn like crazy every single round. But if we put Napalm Burst on, we can kill these Manglers a little bit quicker. However, there's one issue with going to higher and higher rounds to farm Manglers. The higher round you go, it's going to take more bullets to kill zombies and more bullets to kill Manglers. There is one trick we can use to get more Manglers as we go to higher rounds. And this is something I'd recommend starting about round 30. We're at the end of the round right now. As you can see, there's 1 vermin, and we've got an abomination. However, if we do a little thing I like to call save and quit, and now load back in, this is going to restart the entire round, respawning all of the Manglers again. And you can save and quit once per round. So starting on round 30, if you save and quit at the end of the round for every round, you're going to double the amount of Manglers you get in a game, which is going to save you a ton of time if you're trying to grind out an entire weapon class in a single game. Now, once you've got all 33 weapons in the entire game gold, and you've got the 30 special kills with each one unlocking the Opal camo, you can now start working on the Afterlife camo. This is another challenge that has to be done for each weapon individually. The challenge you have to do to get this on most weapons is getting 20 kills without getting hit 10 times. So you've got to get a Jackrabbit medal. On lower rounds, go in, kill 20 zombies without getting hit by any of them. Boom, you're going to get 1 jackrabbit medal. Repeat that 10 separate times. If you're on higher rounds, if you get an insta kill, this makes it really easy to get jackrabbit medals. Just open fire into the horde till you get a jackrabbit medal. Since you only have to do this 10 times, this is a really easy challenge. Once you get all Opal camos and you start working on Afterlife, you're going to breeze through all of these. So now your next step is you have to do that challenge for all 33 weapons in the entire game. Once you've unlocked the Afterlife camo for every weapon, you can start working on the Nebula camo. And to get this, you're going to have to get 10 elite kills per weapon. So every weapon you want to get the Nebula camo unlocked for, you're going to have to go in game and kill 10 elite zombies. And right now, the only 2 elites that are in the game are the Abominations and the Amalgams. The Abominations obviously being on Liberty Falls, and the Amalgams, you can find those on Terminus Island. Now, the elite zombies on these maps will not start spawning in until about round 15 or 16. However, we can use the same trick that we just used for Manglers to make this a lot easier. Once you get past round 16 and you have elite spawning in every single round, if you save and quit, once you load back in, a fresh set of elites are going to spawn in. So you can get an amalgam on round 16, 17, 18, 19, and every single round you save and quit. The only exception is if it's a Parasite round. And the same thing works for Abominations on Liberty Falls as well. And to kill these elites quicker, you want to use the ammo mod they're weak to. Abominations are weak to Napalm Burst. Then for the Amalgams, I use Dead Wire. And that's pretty much the end of this grind. Once you get on the Nebula camo, it's pretty much just going to be going to round 15, saving and quitting, killing an elite, spawning back in, finishing the round, saving and quitting, going back in, killing an elite, and rinse and repeat that till you get 10 elite kills on every single weapon in the game. So good luck. And that wraps up our first camo guide for Black Ops 6 Zombies. If you want to see an updated version of this video when new maps come out or new strategies are found, make sure to unlock that sub button. See you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.
Lego unlocked. He's Lego unlocked. It's going to unlock all these camos.